Welcome to Coffee Meets Cloud, where three women in tech come together to share real stories about leadership, life, and everything in between. Join our hosts, Karami McCollum.
Oh, I love the voice note feature, y'all.
Cassandra Parker.
I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
And Rachel Rogers.
We have the power to change it.
Your go-to source for candid conversations and unfiltered insights. So, grab your coffee, pull up a chair, and join the chaos.
Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Cloud. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It should not be a good night. You're supposed to have good sleep hygiene, so I hope you're not listening to this at bedtime. How are y'all doing?
But if you are listening to this at bedtime, I question your life's choices.
The
Unless
soothing sounds
listen
of
to
Karami's
ASMR.
voice.
Yes,
Yeah.
ASMR.
Right. It's like when you're sleeping
start
with Matthew
scratching.
McConaughey. Yeah. Just that soothing monotone. We're not monotone, though. That would be the problem.
Mm-mm.
You'd be like sleeping. I'd be like, holy hell, wake up. Yeah.
Welcome back, Cassandra, from your what looked like an amazing trip. I mean,
was
are
so
you as
awesome.
tired as I would be?
I'm exhausted, but it was so much fun. We had the best time. I've never been to the beach in the wintertime. Half of it was unbelievably nice because it was 60 degrees. So, yes, I'm fully clothed and the wind's kind of chilly, but sitting on the beach when you didn't have to like slather down in sunblock and you could just sit in a chair and put your feet in the sand. Oh, there's something about having your feet in the sand. It's just fantastic.
Just listening
then-
to those sounds, man.
Oh, I could just sleep all day just on the beach. It was great. But then Saturday, the high at the beach, because around here, everybody got snow. It was 37. The wind, you could hear the wind. It was 40-mile-an-hour gust. Like you could hear the wind whistling through the house. Like it was crazy, crazy cold. So I've never been to the beach when it was cold, but that was definitely an experience.
And for those of you who don't know, this was an adults only trip. So that probably
Yes.
made it even better being at the beach, not having to worry about, hey, don't please go in the ocean and, don't put that in your mouth, all of that fun stuff.
We were perfectly content to sit with our cups of coffee and just chat, and it was great.
It was actually a
bedtime.
vacation. It wasn't parenting in another place, which is what
Yes.
usually happens for parents.
Yes.
And you were on your way out of town as the snow was being ushered in. So then you
Mhm.
came back. So how was the ground and the roads and everything when you got back home?
It was perfectly fine here. I mean, we only got a dusting in Calhoun, which is very small. And north of us, they got several inches, but here we only got like maybe a half an inch or so. But there was still a little bit in the shady spots when we got back yesterday. My son told me it was a blizzard, but
The wind, I think the wind was blowing a lot if it was like it
Yeah.
was here. And it did kind of make it look like that because what little there was, it was just blowing all through the air.
Rachel
Well,
got the most, right?
Yeah, I got 4.25 inches up here. And surprisingly, our road you could even drive on yesterday. So
Nice.
it was really nice. It was really interesting. I feel like the rednecks totally came out because there were these giant trucks and they were like maybe F-350s. They weren't legit, like machinery that probably should have been out on the street. Okay, let me phrase it that way. But these giant trucks with these plows attached to the front of them, that these boys were just having a good old time running around. They were driving up down the street really fast and moving all this stuff out of the way. And yeah, it was not the official county trucks either. So again, to be clear, I'm not sure our county took care of the roads as much as I am sure that the good old boys are having a great time, because even our one street subdivision got plowed. Okay. So
Nice.
I don't know that the county, I appreciate the county. I hope my taxes qualify me for you to do all of this very nice work. But we also know we live in Georgia and that's not really a thing. So
How do you know that the county didn't contract with the good old boys? Just like, hey guys, y'all gonna have some fun? We'll pay you a little bit.
Know. I
Could've
don't know.
been.
It's kind of like if an invasion ever happens, right? And if they come to the South, it'd already be over and there'd be beer cans and shotgun shells everywhere. That is kind of how I feel it was going down yesterday when I was
Sure.
seeing these trucks and
Sure.
driving through the Walmart parking lot. I mean, you should have seen these guys. They were like, ooh, parking spot, parking spot, parking spot, and like moving all this stuff around. No methodology whatsoever. So also, again, if they were contracted, I have some questions. Because this just looked like, oh, let me just push it over here, push it over there, push it over there. And eventually I get it to the side. Yeah.
I think it definitely helped a lot that it was proper snow. Like, a lot of
Yes.
times when we
Yes.
get snow, it's really still a wintry mix, and so it's, like, hard, and then
It's
it's so
ice.
easy to
Well,
freeze over.
it was hard up here.
Oh,
So
no, here it was
there
very
was
you couldn't even create a snowball, it was so powdery
okay,
Oh,
when it
so
first
we
came
had
down.
that too. We had that too, but what was at the ground was ice. So, but you have to remember, we never really defrosted from the
Mhm.
storm last weekend where we
yeah.
had so much ice. So there was definitely ice on the ground. Like my front yard is still covered in snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that ice layer, which was very hard to get up, we tried to shovel our driveway and we actually did a pretty impressive job, but it was ice that you were getting up off the ground. Like the snow, we just took a regular blower and Jay got it all blown off, right? But then there
Yeah.
was like a sheet of ice that was underneath there.
Ours is pretty much gone now, but of course there are some, like, shady areas and county type roads, that are still a little unsafe. So, of course, school is still closed today out of
Mm.
safety. I immediately, as soon as we got the automated messages, dialed up my mother-in-law, like, "Is your daycare open tomorrow?" So shout out Nani and Gigi for taking these feral kids. But
'Cause another day of trying to work with these kids in the
girl,
house.
I had already told myself, if they can't keep them for some reason, Imma have to just take the day. I cannot.
Uh-huh.
But after a snowstorm or an ice storm is when to go to Costco, because although there were people there, it was not nearly as busy
Oh, I
as it
bet.
usually is. Yeah,
I
it was good.
appreciate Costco people. I can't do it.
I
I
love
Ugh,
do
Costco,
I
but
do
it's
Sam's.
$500 no matter
every
what you're going
Okay.
time.
for.
So I agree with that, but I do Sam's because you can check out on the mobile app and you don't have to stand in lines. If
That
Costco
is
could get
really
it
nice.
together,
But
I would
listen,
do it. I can't do it. I
I
can't. Mm-mm.
I actually just discovered that the reason Costco is so my wife told me this. I just don't I don't keep up with stuff. I don't listen to things. I don't tune into things. But she told me I was complaining like, why is so much of the stuff that we're seeing on the shelves organic? It's organic this and organic that. And she was like, honey, that is literally what Costco is known for. Like having the bulk things that are quote unquote better for you. That's why people will opt in for Costco versus Sam's. And I was like, oh, this is first world problems. I'm complaining about organic items in my giant store where I could buy
Well,
everything in bulk.
You were
you
just
know,
thinking if it wasn't organic, it'd be cheaper.
I really was because I am
well,
a frugal girly.
it's organic, but there's no real classification of organic. There
That's true.
aren't
Organic's
really
not even really
test
a thing.
right. So you're paying more for something
Yep.
that's probably the same you're getting at Sam's Club. You just feel a little bit better about it because they put the word organic on it.
Okay, talking about this organic thing reminds me of a trend I've been seeing that I just started, and I wanted to know if y'all have seen this. Rachel, you kind of already fall in this category.
Oh gosh.
I
It
see I'm ahead of the trend. Look at
it
that.
is you'll see what I mean, but
Oh.
it's apparently inspired by Asian culture, but it's this concept of drinking hot water instead of cold water.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And how it's supposed to be a lot better for your digestion and your metabolism and stuff. So instead of keeping a glass of cold water next to you all the time, having it be warm or hot. So, Rachel, although you don't drink hot water necessarily, you do drink a lot of hot tea.
It is hot water.
But yeah, but it's got tea in it. It's not just
Yeah,
water.
but like tea
Does
I
it
mean,
have
doesn't
to be
you could
hot
make that argument
water?
about hot coffee. I'm sure
yeah,
it doesn't have the
Right.
same health benefits as hot
right.
water.
But no, if you think about hot coffee or hot tea or hot water, still, how many times do you have to go to the bathroom after you drink it? Like a whole
Well, it's a
big gulp. It's
diuretic,
the
but
same thing. But it's the same thing when you think about hot water, it's getting your whole digestive
well,
tract
so there
working.
is like a
Moving.
Yeah.
hydration part to it, but
Mhm.
coffee, and I'm sure some teas because it's the caffeine. Caffeine's a diuretic. So it
Yeah.
will also drain the hydration from you if you're consuming a lot. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But I'll report back. I saw where some people were claiming as soon as they did the hot water thing, like one morning and one night, they immediately could tell a difference in like things moving and whatever. I'm like, I can't tell anything. And then I looked it up.
I think
Google
you've been
hates me.
snowballed.
It's
Yeah, like
all in their mind.
that's what
Mhm.
it said. It was like there's been no studies that show that it being hot really have any factor in it. It's just staying hydrated,
You've
period.
convinced yourself of something. I'm sorry. I will never agree to this lunacy.
It
If
has
it's
a whole
hot,
history
it needs
behind it.
coffee in it.
For the Asian culture, it has a whole history behind it.
But they also
But
don't necessarily just drink hot water. They drink a lot of teas.
yeah,
They
but like
do
when they
drink a
sit
lot of hot
down,
tea.
Yeah.
when they sit down to have like a meal or whatever, like where we
Mhm.
would have a glass of ice water if you drink water with your meal, theirs is hot or
'Cause
warm.
yeah,
Anyway,
'cause they drink a lot of teas.
yeah.
Mm.
Also unrelated, I was up at 5:45 this morning.
You can tell.
Would you
Yeah,
like
I
to?
was not.
You're very
I'm
chipper
still like
this
one
morning.
eye
That's because
open.
I have been grinding this morning. Do you know? You want to know what I was doing?
I'm
Did you
guessing
work
you're gonna
out this
tell us.
morning?
No, girl. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I was doing this
That's
job
like
from the bed, honey.
Yeah.
I was booking Disney dining because it
Oh,
opened up
yeah.
at 6 a.m. this morning.
Nice. Nice.
Oh yeah.
She asked me if I had any preferences. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Oh, do the princess one in the castle. That's really cute.
Okay, I was going to, but that one and the Beast one, they've increased it so now it uses 2 dinner credits.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a meal plan, so we
No,
essentially
I
get
know.
1 per day. And I was like, I'm not doing like. There's so many other great. This is their first time, you know,
Yeah.
so they don't have. But I did get the Ohana breakfast at Polynesian, which
Ooh,
I've been
yeah.
trying to get every time we've ever gone. The only downside is it's early. So
Like,
if
how
Brent,
early we
if Brent
talking?
Parker doesn't want to be there that early, I can just take y'all off the reservation.
How early we
Take him
talking?
off the reservation. Don't do that. That's a
Like
whole different experience.
7:35.
Are you kidding me? He wakes up at 3 a.m. like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
consistently every day.
Well-
he's been up and already done like half a day's work by then.
I had this whole thought logic behind it, right? So originally I was thinking, let's have the breakfast the day we leave because then it doesn't eat into your park day any of the days. Then I got to thinking, it's just not like checkout, I think is at like 10. So then like when do you
Mm.
pack? That seems rushed and I don't want to be rushed. So I ended up doing it on the Epcot day because there's a
Yeah.
lot of great stuff to see and do at Epcot, but I don't feel like you have to, I don't know.
You don't have to be there
maximize-
first thing and maximize.
Yeah, yeah. You can just use your lightning lanes and feel like you got plenty out of Epcot. So
Yeah, that makes
anyway,
sense.
I'm very happy with my choices. And just call me, what are they called? Fairy Godmother. I'm just booking.
Bippity boppity boo.
I can't take all the credit though. My friend who was a fairy godmother, she doesn't do it anymore. I text her and I was like, I need to know all your favorite places because I'm trying to do. I wanted to go to different stuff that we haven't gone to. So she sent me a list.
Have you done the Derby restaurant?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that one's really good. And then have you guys looked at the like extra? So if you go, we got like a fireworks experience package where you actually went and got to meet the Star Wars characters ahead of time.
Oh,
there
and
were
do you
light
get like the
fights and
special
everything.
place to stand and
Yeah.
watch?
Yeah. And they've got that at every single park. So you can request it. It's like $50 a person or something.
Might be worth it.
It was totally worth it because you got to hang out with the characters, which you don't normally get to do. It was a
Right.
very small number of people. So you actually got like Kinley loves Chewbacca. She got to hang out with Chewie for forever and she kept saying, Chewie's my man.
Aw.
And
That's
like
cute.
so you get this whole actual experience more than just a photo op.
Yeah.
Then you get the food, which was actually good food and good drinks. And then you get like if you do it, we did it at Hollywood Studios, you actually in the front of like there's a big circle right in front of where
Yeah.
they do like all that.
At Magic
That's
Kingdom.
where you get
At the-
in Hollywood
oh.
Studios. That's where you get
Oh.
to sit. So there's reserved seating for you. And then like at Magic Kingdom, it's a different area where there's reserved
I
seating.
didn't know they
but
did fireworks at every park. I only knew of
do,
them at
yeah.
Magic Kingdom. Huh.
They do. They do it at
There you
Epcot
go.
too. If you do it at Epcot, I think you actually get to go like there's like a pavilion you get to go to in the water that you actually see the fireworks from if you do it at
That's
Epcot.
cool.
But you should definitely check it out. You gotta like call them. When we went, we actually went to the park itself and at customer service at the park, you could ask about did you have any of the fireworks packages left and that sort of thing.
The only thing that gives me pause about events like that is I never know whether my kids are going to still be hanging in by dark. Like, because it's such a full day. And a lot of times we'll skip trying to go back and take a nap or rest because the logistics of getting back on a bus and getting all the way back, I mean, that eats into 2 or 3 hours of your day. So we usually just power through. And when Collier starts to get fussy, we just buy her a snack. Like, oh, You're getting upset. Here, have an ice cream. And I don't care how that makes me look. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to maximize my time. But then by the time we eat a 5 o'clock dinner, it is
Yeah.
time to go. They are not with it
But
anymore.
you should look at the experiences depending on, I mean, if you got a princess experience or you got the Star Wars experience or something like that, they enjoy the characters. And again, it's an
Yeah.
interaction experience. It's not a photo op.
Yeah.
That made up for it. And Kinley, quite frankly, just passed out when we sat down in our special area. Right. And it was fine
Yeah.
because she had area. It's not like a chair. So you
That
were
sounds
sitting on the
amazing that
ground.
you have a kid that passes out when they get tired, because mine get wound. Like,
Really?
mine's not the kid that'll just lay down and go. No, neither one of my kids will just sit down and fall asleep. No, no, no.
If
They turn
Liam's
in.
that tired, he'll just
It's
be
gotta
wherever
be
he is.
that
He's like,
tired. Yeah.
You
She
know the
fell asleep at
gremlins?
dinner before.
the
You know
gremlins,
how
don't
you know
feed
how on the
those fuckers
gremlins
after midnight.
how you feed them? Okay,
Yep.
that's our kids
You
when they
know
get
that's
too
what they
sleepy.
call my husband at work, the
Gremlin?
gremlin.
Oh
They said, "Oh, somebody
no.
must have fed the gremlin after dark."
So
Oh, it's
we
'cause he's
have.
little.
I was trying to pull up the plans. Okay,
I don't know
we.
if that's why it is, but let's go with that.
I haven't been to any of these places. The Crystal
She's still
Palace.
talking about Disney.
She's still talking
What are you
about
talking
Disney.
about?
And we're talking about
Wait.
gremlins.
Why do they call him that?
Well,
We
you
don't
missed
know.
it.
I just said because he's little.
Who's little?
Jake,
Jamie.
Why do they like short?
So
moving on.
I don't understand. I don't think he's little.
It was a joke.
It's a joke, and you missed it. You just kept on the Disney track, and
Yeah,
we went
she
a
was
different
just like,
direction.
I'm
I'm
all
trying to
about this
operate.
plan.
They have a trash app and a trash website. I can't believe you can be that big of an institution and have terrible digital experience.
Just goes
Oh,
to
and
show
yet
you
they
that.
use Salesforce.
Oh,
Just goes
They
to
need a
show
new
you that
team.
IT. They do.
They
They need
need
some help.
team.
Hey, holla, we love Disney.
Hey, hey.
They have a really awesome team, like in terms of like Imagineers, but they don't
Oh, yeah.
necessarily. They put a lot of their effort into rides, but some of their ride stuff they contract out too. When I worked in oil and gas, we actually had an entertainment division that built like the Jaws ride and different rides for Universal and all sorts of things. So it's super cool because a lot of the technology that you develop in the sea, you can actually apply on land to generate ride experiences. So like our company built the first ride without tracks. So that way you just put geo points in the floor and that's how it knew how to drive. So Disney actually uses that technology for some of their rides. So that's why some of them you can ride the ride twice and not get the same exact ride because it picks different patterns to go on for each ride.
Interesting.
So the one, what is it? It's like the Jurassic Park one where you're in the Jeep. That one is not on a track. So that one can actually, the computer randomizes the experience every single time a car runs. So it's not just like a series of cars. It's like for each individual Jeep, it'll randomize the experience.
Interesting. The more
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Regular PBS special over here.
I see that star just woo.
Mhm. I know.
The more you know.
I know.
So Rachel, you got some Nidos, I heard.
I did. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you, this was a very disappointing experience.
Is it not the right one?
No, it is actual Nido. Okay. But you put a podcast out there, you told some people about this, and then all there was left was a little bitty Valentine's Day pack.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think I have a real one because these, I'm gonna tell you right now, like,
They
no.
already
They're
don't
too
look like they're
small.
squeezing right.
They're not. They don't. I don't think they have the right guts on the inside. They're a
So
different.
I did order me a knee pup. You know,
Ooh.
they have puppy dog little Nidos that
Of
you can
course
get.
you got a pup.
Do they
Of
have
course
like
you
a
did.
Exactly.
wiener dog so you could like have a squishy in the
No.
middle?
Oh, you
I'm
mean
looking
like
them
Lee
up.
calls him a dash hound? My daughter,
A
by the way, did not
dash
know
hound.
that it was a Dachshund. She kept saying, "What about them dash hounds?" And I was like, "Dash hounds? What are you talking about?" And she showed me. I was like,
Aw.
"That's a Dachshund, babe." So now we joke with her that it's a dash hound. But no, they're small, so I don't think they're right.
Hold, let me see you squish it. I need to
It's like,
understand what's happening. Oh no, yeah,
yeah. I mean,
that is the
right.
type that
This
I
would be
had
That's
first,
the
and I was like, these
trash
are
that
trash,
Caramy had.
right,
and
but
I
they
didn't know.
are actual Nido. And
Well,
what's
yeah, they're that
crazy-
brand, but they have different types apparently.
Okay,
Did you
but
get the
what's
funky pup?
crazy- I did get the funky pup. What's crazy about Nido, though, when you go on the website, it says they're all the same. because I looked for that because I was going to get my dad one because he's having a lot of issues with his hands as he's continuing to try to recover. So I was like, okay, well, what was one that's easy enough to squeeze, not too much resistance, right? Like I don't want to get him something that's really hard because then he'll just give up.
Yeah.
But they actually don't have that information on the website. And so then we went all over Walmart and we searched in the toy section and there were like boxes of them that had been completely emptied out. And so my daughter was like, they have a Valentine's Day set. I'm sure of it. So went to the Valentine's Day section and sure enough, there was a Valentine's Day set. They do say cute things. This one says, be my squishy. This one says, squish and chill. And then this one says, squish me, baby.
That is pretty cute.
So they're cute, but they are non-functional.
I don't know if it matters like from a stock standpoint, but I found mine at Target. So I don't know if they keep them better in stock at Target. I mean, I'm hardly ever at a Walmart.
I also feel like it was the day after a snowstorm, right? I feel like people probably were looking for things to keep kids busy.
Yeah.
And we're like, ooh, these things. It's like yesterday at Walmart. Again, the things you hear at Walmart. The lady in front of me was checking out a crock pot and she was so excited about this crock pot. And she was telling the lady behind the register, she's like, yeah, I got me this crock pot because, you know, it's going to be real cold tomorrow. So the power's probably going to go out. So I got a crock pot. And I'm thinking to myself, okay.
It's like that gentleman that bought the pellets.
The pellets, right? Okay. So, you know, I live in the sticks. So you were there at the Walmart getting you a crock pot that you were super excited about because the power's going to go out. But if the power goes out, what you gonna do with that crock pot, man?
I love how Rachel's accent comes out when she's talking about Walmart.
You're welcome.
It's almost like you have to immerse yourself in the Walmart.
I do.
You have to become one with the people.
One with the people.
I do. Yes. My nanny used to always call it Wally World.
Speaking of people,
we call it Wally World and Target, Target,
because
it's fancy. It's fancy Walmart, so it's Target,
and it's twice the price. So it's Target.
No, but listen, I have seen some people trying to come up in the Walmart and in the Target and treat it like a Walmart, and I am not pleased with this.
Do not be attending my Target if your Walmart like PJ pants. Exit stage left. Thank you.
See, we don't have that here because
you don't have Target or you don't have people
that
go.
No, okay. So we don't have a crossover because the Walmart and the Target are 20 minutes apart.
Oh yeah.
You get very different populations of people if you go 20 minutes south versus if you go 20 minutes north.
Was it the four of us talking? I mean, sorry, I can't count.
How many of us were there? Caramy. It's Caramy and Caramy's other half, and then myself and Rachel.
I was looking. Let me tell you what happened in that split second.
Reminder.
I was looking at us on the screen, and for some reason, in my mind, I wasn't a part of that group. I was looking at three other
people. Were you counting the people behind Cassandra too?
There's people everywhere on the back here.
Clearly, I need to log off a little early. I mean, a little early this morning because the 5:45 is messing me up.
Look, annual reminder for your eye exam. There you go.
I haven't been to an optometrist since before we moved here.
Okay.
Because my vision, I know, but my vision never changes. And so I was not in a hurry.
Well,
and more and more time has gone by and I've just not thought of it. I don't even know what I was saying.
I think so.
What were you going to say? We were talking about Target.
Was it the three of us talking about how people need to start dressing differently when they come to the airport? Or did I see this on social media, people raving about this?
It was both. Okay. We started talking about it because it was that announcement that went in for the last government shutdown, which kudos to being in another government shutdown. Get your life together, Washington.
Yeah. Right. But it's a very there seem to be only two camps on the issue about how to dress when you come to the airport, and there is no in between. You either show up like it's your job or you come like you rolled out of bed. And
I feel
people
like
are
for a lot of people, it is their job. I mean, like when I go on a business trip, I clearly dress differently than when I'm going somewhere else, especially if I've got to go to the office right after because we have to be in business casual. Yeah. So I don't have a choice.
But even if I'm going on vacation, I'm not rolling out in PJs and getting on the plane.
No, I'm in some well put together athleisure wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I sat next to a lady on the plane coming back from Dreamforce that was wearing Harry Potter PJs. And she was like, I'm sorry, I just could not wear clothes anymore. She's like, so I'm the crazy lady with Harry Potter PJs on the plane. And I was like, I mean, whatever.
Had she been to the conference? Is that where she was coming from?
Yeah, she was tired and she was just like, I just want to wear these. I was like, fun.
That's
You
the
do you.
other thing that kills me is the people that come to the Salesforce conferences dressed like executives. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I understand if you are a presenter, but even then there's a way to go. Like you can get away with some really nice jeans and a blazer
Right.
over a shirt. Like, why do
Well,
you
it
dress so
depends.
fancy?
It depends. If you're being in a recorded session, you can't. Like there are a lot of
Well, the number of people I
stipulations,
see though, they
but
cannot all be presenters.
no, I know, but I'm saying there are stipulations put on speakers that I think because like every time I've been a speaker, I've had to be in business casual. I've
Mhm.
always gone back and changed though. I've not
Yeah.
worn that the whole day. I've made
Yeah.
sure that I had time to change because it's not comfortable and you got to walk around San Francisco and you're going to get dirty as hell
And
if you're
it's not
wearing
the
business casual
standard. Like,
pants.
there's no reason to
No.
because majority of people are just
There used
wearing
to be.
Salesforce t-shirts and hoodies.
Used to be it
and-
was a big deal. Everyone wore
There
business
used to be,
casual, and
yeah.
then it
Mhm.
just shifted, and I was like, "Oh, hallelujah!"
Mhm.
Post-COVID, it really shifted.
Yeah.
But dressing in business casual is definitely a thing for that event, depending on who you're with. And sometimes you'll see a lot of large groups too, that because their exec team is there, they're having to dress a certain way. But I definitely agree. It shouldn't be required, especially not with that much walking. I would get it
Yeah.
and understand it if you said, hey, this is all in this one hotel and you just have to go floor to floor.
Right.
Cool. You can wear business casual. But having to traverse the entire city of San Francisco to do a conference,
Yeah.
no way. I'm not wearing my sneakers. Like, you
Well,
gotta
and
be
that's
kidding
how
me.
I found out about Rothy's and got obsessed with them for
Yeah.
business casual was because of Dreamforce. Because the first year I went, I wore some, I don't even know, I wore some flats because I was like, I can't walk
Ooh.
around the city with these high heeled shoes or even kind of heeled shoes. And then some of my friends who were in marketing were like, hey, when we do trade shows, we wear these things called Rothy's and they're flats and they look super cute, but they're also super comfortable. I'm like, oh, okay. And as soon as I bought a pair, I was like, yes, say less, please. They're amazing. So
I'm
I ended
Googling
up with
that
like
right
8
now.
pairs.
How do you
Oh, they're
spell that?
so Rothys. They're not cheap, but if you have to wear business casual, they are the most comfortable shoes. And they're also made out of recycled plastic from the ocean. So they're very eco-friendly. But Rothy's originated in San Francisco. The original store is in San Francisco. So
Oh, so you just popped over there and grabbed you a pair of shoes.
I popped over there and bought a pair of shoes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
Sure
the
did.
ones that are on their homepage are atrocious. So,
Well, yeah, you got to find
what
the
is
cute one.
happening?
Yeah, there's a lot
Okay,
going
I
There's
on.
see.
different ones.
Woo!
Yeah, they're
But
not
see,
cheap.
we had
Man.
coming from Texas at the time, cowboy boots are business casual. So I
Mm.
had my Luke Casey's and I just wore those everywhere and that was fine.
Girl, I don't know
But
how you do cowgirl boots anywhere. I made the mistake of wearing some to the Ella Langley
so
concert, and that was
if you don't
awful.
have the right ones
I
and
didn't.
if you don't break them in,
I
they
didn't.
have to be broken in. It
Ooh.
reminds me of when we used to go to school. We used to go to Catholic school. That's a whole other thing to go through. But we used to get the Keds. You get once a year, right? And you get the nice leather Keds
Yeah.
shoes, and you had to break them in. Until you broke them in, they sucked. Or Doc Martens, right? Because on
Oh,
dress up
Doc
days,
Martens
we
are
had to wear.
rough.
They are rough until you break
Mhm.
them in. But once you break them in, they're a good pair of shoe. That's the same thing with cowboy boots.
Even
You gotta break them in.
Birkenstocks, like the same. When you buy a new pair of
Yeah.
Birkenstocks, they're uncomfortable,
Yep.
but when you break them in, you can wear
Yep.
them for days.
Yeah.
And if you've never worn Birkenstocks, your feet are not used to being shaped the way they should be
Right.
Yep.
when you walk, and
Yep.
it will hurt for a while. Even
Yep.
it's not even really the broken in per se. It's just your foot getting used to walking with that arch and everything else
with the
about
support that it actually
Yeah.
needs.
Well, and see, some of these shoes, like my pair of Lucchese's I'm talking about, my Lucchese's are older than my daughter. My husband got them for me when we were dating. And so that's 17, 18 years old. The same pair of shoes that I can wear today, and they're super comfortable, but they're a well-made shoe.
Yeah. That's
I'm
the
not
difference.
I'm not really a Southern girly. But prior to buying the ones that I wore for that concert, which I didn't buy for the concert, I bought them because I was just in a cowboy what do you call that kind of store?
A Western store.
Western, that's the word I was looking for. I was in a Western store, and I am easily influenced when I'm surrounded by a style. And I was like, it smells amazing in here. Look at these
the leather
gorgeous, these gorgeous
Mhm.
turquoise earrings and everything turquoise. And look at these flowy sundresses. I would look so cute in this and some boots, so I bought some and then didn't wear them for like 2 years. But then this concert came around. I was like, here we go. Terrible, because we had to stand there for 2 hours before she ever even came on stage. And then her thing was 2 hours. It was bad.
Jeremy, you have a lot of influenceability.
I sure
You
do.
heavily influenced.
You.
I sure do.
You walk in a store.
I thought I was bad.
I know.
Depends on what it is, and my brain is very selective. Like the thing that I will suddenly spend $400 on one day, the next day I'm like, that's crazy. Like I don't know why. There are just some days I'm more susceptible than others.
It's kind of like you're susceptible to recipes on TikTok and you buy Trout. I laughed. Let me tell you. So
why would you take me back to this?
Okay. I'm not going to let Jeremy tell this story because we'll be here till Christmas.
Yeah,
because it's a very long story.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will tell you is that, long story short, Jeremy's kids were driving her nuts. She's at Costco. She decides she wants to make her own sushi. Love that for her. She goes to get salmon. She gets home. She realizes she bought trout. Trout and salmon. Not sure if anyone knows. Not the same fish.
Have you looked at them though? They look the same on the inside.
On the inside. Well, we look the same on the inside, no matter what color we are.
Right.
So I'm just going to say fish are probably the same.
Yeah. Most mammals.
Most mammals look the same. But the way I hollered out and laughed when I get to Jeremy loves her voice notes. We get to the end of this 5-minute voice note where she's telling me.
It's not a voice note if you're not going above and beyond with the amount of detail.
Well, yeah, exactly. But she tells the whole detail. Like, I got to Costco. I walked inside. My kids were doing this, right? She's like, I get home. I'm peeling this fish. The skin looks weird. And I look at the label and it's trout. The way I hollered, laughed. I
can't, and when I tell y'all, when I was having my meltdown with Jessica and I turned around and looked at her and just said, I don't understand why this always happens to me when I try to do something different. It is literally every time I try to step out. And the way she laughed, because it is true. Like she just started, because she would never, she's so detail oriented about everything she does, even down to the most nonsensical stuff. She would have never picked up the wrong fish. She probably would have stared at the label for 10 minutes before even grabbing one
and verified before she checked it out.
And let Jessica buy the fish from now on, because you'll be sure to get the salmon that you want.
She looked at me and said, she said, yeah, this was kind of like that time I told you to pick up fillets from Publix and you came home with flank steak or whatever that was. But I had to cook. She said it was the first time. It was the first time she was cooking anything for our friends and her neighbors. And she had this whole thing planned, and then I brought her this crappy steak that she. And it was tough. We're sitting there eating, and I feel so bad because she can cook really well, but you can't. I mean,
you can't put lipstick on that pig. It's not a fillet; it's a flank steak.
I still have no idea.
It's good for fajitas.
Fajitas, because you got to cut it very thin and against the grain to make it where you can actually chew it. Otherwise, it's like.
We all have our strengths, okay? And unfortunately, I'm clumsy and flighty. And that's just me.
I would not say that. I feel as though you have kids in a grocery store. I feel like every parent can relate to this. You're not just grocery shopping at that point. You are trying to keep 2 children alive in the same space, because there's also a tendency to run off. And you've got to keep all that together while attempting to grocery shop and attempt to not have 15 different things pulled into the cart. I remember my friend one time, at H-E-B in Texas, they had those carts with the little cars in front of them, the little red and yellow tight cars that were in front of them. And so she's pushing one of these massive carts, and those things are massive if you've ever seen one of those in the store. She's pushing it down, and she gets to the checkout, and she's put everything on the counter, and she's checking out. And the lady's like, ma'am, are you going to pay for those? And she's like, pay for what? My cart is completely empty. Her kid in the front had swiped a bag of Oreos as they went by and is sitting there just eating these Oreos. And because they were in the little tight car in the front, she never even saw that they had them.
Yep.
And she was like, at that point, that's when I broke down at the cash register, because I was just like, I was trying to do something nice. And here we are. There the kids go. So I totally get how in a split decision, just trying to make it through the store, You grabbed the wrong item. I feel for you, but it did
But
make me laugh.
you lived. You are
Yeah,
dead.
I mean-
Take the trout and you're good.
I mean, if I were gonna get food poisoning, I would know by now, right? It's been
Yeah.
like
You'd
it's
already
been over
sick.
12 hours.
You'd
Okay.
have been real sick already.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd have
Well,
been
you know-
regretting your life choices.
Costco is already very and Sam's, any of these giant warehouse
It's
stores, it's
overwhelming.
overstimulating anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then Rowan's mental age, not mental age, that's the wrong description, but like his impulse control and his everything is closer to his sister's age of 4 than his age of 8. So it's like having, in some respects, 2 4-year-olds running around.
Yeah.
And she's like at the age now where she doesn't want to be stuck in the seat of a buggy
Right.
the whole time. She wants to be Miss Independent.
Mhm.
So it was just, I looked over, I was like, there it is, the pink salmon. It looked just like a slab of salmon. I just jerked that thing up and put it in the thing, moving on. We got to go. Because by the time we hit the meat department, we were
It's
we were
halfway
done.
over.
Yeah, we were done.
Yeah.
The only thing we had left was like paper products,
Yeah.
And I was ready. The kids were asking every minute and a half, when can we get a hot dog? When can we get a hot dog? Like, in a minute. You'll get one when you get one.
I saw this again, another TikTok thing. Did you see that TikTok did a Nike Dunks collab? I mean, not TikTok.
Yes.
Costco did a Nike
Costco,
Dunks
yeah.
collab. And it has like the hidden hot dog
Mhm.
like in the insole. I thought that was so funny. But these people were lined up outside of this
Lined
Costco to get
up.
these Nike Dunks.
Mhm.
They're Kirkland
Smart
Kirkland
marketing.
brand. Oh, genius.
Yeah.
Absolutely genius.
Yeah. Well, they're also calling when Maduro got arrested, right?
Yeah.
And they did all the things, and he comes out in designer leisure wear. That was also Nike, wasn't it? And they were
Yeah.
like, can you imagine the phone call before of like, hey, so before you take a picture with him, can you please make sure that he's in some Nike gear? And can you please make sure that this happens? And like this whole, like, now we've got a State Department collaboration of like the next thing is gonna be Adidas, right? That somebody's gonna come out with that. Yeah. The next person we capture just to make sure it's equal.
Oh my gosh.
There's a whole conspiracy theory on that I was going down that rabbit hole. I was dying laughing. I was like,
Did
if
they
you guys
ever come? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you guys ever think that is the level of detail we're getting to now, or when we capture people, we're like, can you please put this on before we take you outside? That's like for a collab moment versus
You've
like
lost
an
your
arrest.
mind. You've lost your mind.
You think that's what we're worrying about? Yeah.
Right. And if it is, also quite entertaining. Like,
Correct.
if we
find out
that
that's a thing.
pinnacle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Pinnacle, did you guys see that Bridgerton came out this weekend? Are you
Yes, and I haven't had time to watch
haven't.
it. Don't tell me if you've watched it.
Yeah, I haven't.
All I'm saying is the word Pinnacle. Then when you watch it, you will laugh. When you
Have
get
you
to
already
that
watched
point.
the whole season? Rachel?
Well, they only released 4 episodes.
4.
So it's not.
Okay.
It's not. And I gotta tell you, the way. Okay, when you watch it, we'll have to talk about the plot because it's very much already a princess plot that's out there. That's kind of like, why are you doing this? This one fell expectation wise. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, okay, well, now that you've revealed that, like, I know what's going to happen. The same thing that happens in every fairy tale. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you are a person like Cassandra who reads and you have read the Bridgerton novels, they're so good. And they started out great. Like the first one, I was like spot on, perfect. And the second one, I was like, okay, we're still doing good. Then the third one comes and it's the wrong book. And I'm like, why did you do this? This is not correct. They're supposed to be older. Like they've changed the way they're doing it because they're trying to sensationalize it or whatever. And they're ruining it. So we'll see what happens. I will watch and I will report back. But
so these were novels first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I thought
who fantastic.
I thought Shonda Rhimes came up with this show.
No. She is the producer of the show, but they are all a series of novels by Julia Quinn. And they're very good.
The thing is they're banking on capturing the Netflix market. They're not banking on capturing the market of people who read the books.
Shonda Rhimes did make it very, Shonda did because she does great with those kind of things. But like She put her own spin on it by using the different races of characters, which is great. Then she also used the contemporary music, and made it more modern, which I love. And literally in the first one, I was like, this is fantastic. But as it's gone on, they're just changing too many things about it. And I just am like, guys, let's stick to the integrity of the books.
It'll be interesting to see. I did not read the books, but I could tell you I felt like I read a book when I watched this one. I was like, I already know how this ends. So
it makes me want to read the books now. So I'm going to look and see if I wonder if they're on Kindle Unlimited.
Probably. This one's probably not, because they're very sneaky about that. Since this one's come out on Netflix, they're going to pay for it.
Well, it'll take me a while to start over.
Yeah, the first one probably is. But my other favorite series of all time, so my favorite author literally of all time is Elsie Silver. She's fantastic. If you like to read like romantic novels, she's great. They're turning my favorite book series into a Netflix series, and I'm very worried they're going to ruin it, because it's literally my favorite. And so I'm like, every day I'm like, when is the cast coming out? Because I have very specific people in my brain, and like, this one girl looks like this and this one guy looks like this, and if you put like a skinny person where I think you need to put a bigger person, I'm going to be very upset.
Well, they say don't meet your heroes. Maybe you shouldn't go see it.
Well, I've like, me and my friend April were already talking about, if it's bad, we're just not gonna watch it. And I'm like, we're just gonna boycott. And but I probably
did you ever go see The Handmaid, or not Handmaid, Housemaid?
Oh yeah, it was good.
Man, we talked about that. I haven't seen it. I thought it was you, but I couldn't remember if it was you, because there's another girl group that I saw went anyways. And somehow I've been left out of every group that went, even though I wanted to go.
Somehow you think it's more people than it really is.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the new movie, the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie on Netflix?
Oh no, but I want to watch it. It looks like
it'll pretty be good.
Was it good?
We watched it last night. It's called The Rip.
The Rip, yeah,
on Netflix.
Oh, we watched that with the drug house.
That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what the storyline is not what I thought, like based on the trailers I had seen, like the clips. I don't know. I thought the thing about it was going to be quite different. So it was interesting. I liked it.
It starts slow. So one thing is you got to hang in with it for a bit before it picks up to something that you're going to like.
I'll have to watch that.
I feel like we need a movie review corner. We're doing so good at this.
Forget book club.
Let's do that. Movie review. Or we can just call it, instead of movies, it can be like entertainment review, because it could be a book, it could be a movie, it could be Netflix special, it could be anything. A documentary even. All right. That's going to be a new segment on our show.
Call it done.
Entertainment corner. I will say, as an entertainment, I know we're getting close to our time that we're going to have to call this, but I was very upset last night. And you can ask my husband. I got very upset. I was triggered because I love music, right? The Grammys.
And the Grammys.
I didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it, okay, because I was busy getting back from the beach and getting everything settled for the week. So I didn't watch it. But I'm scrolling through TikTok just for a few minutes to get caught up with life. And as the celebrities are arriving, Vanity Fair, their TikTok page, they'll post, outfits. And I love fashion. I love to see what people are wearing. I am beyond mad at our culture of, can kids not watch the Grammys anymore? I watched the Grammys when I was a kid. I would not let my child watch the trash that was being worn on TV, which was basically no clothes.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yep. Chappelle Roan literally showed up with like nipple rings.
I saw that.
Outfit. I mean, Heidi Klum, what was she wearing? A piece of American cheese? It literally was like, did you see this?
I didn't see hers. I did see Chappell Roan.
She was wrapped in like plastic. It was just like a plastic dress. She couldn't even walk, but it was like mold of her body, butt cheeks and boobs and everything. And I was like, she literally looked like she'd been wrapped in a piece of Kraft cheese. That's what it looked like. I was mad. I was like, as a kid, I looked forward to watching these shows and seeing the elaborate outfits that these celebrities who have all this money can wear. And they show up half naked.
Right.
I'm over it. Put some clothes on. Be respectful.
Yes. And then the Grammys itself was also crap, just to.
Well, I didn't watch that. See, I was already mad. So I was triggered.
I will tell you, Watch Bruno Mars's performance. It's fantastic. Bruno
He's
Mars is
good.
great.
I love
Though.
Bruno Mars.
Throwback attire
Probably
as
had clothes on,
always.
too.
Had lots of clothes on, had a red suit, right? They all had red suits. It was really cute. It was super fun, right? But knows how to bring that element of class to a presentation, into a performance. There were like Justin Bieber walked out in like gym shorts, no shirt on. I was like, you're getting on stage performing, to your point, to a live television audience, right? And there's just nothing, and I didn't see like a warning on the
Right.
TV that this was going to be for mature audiences only. Like that there was
Yeah.
no publication. So yeah, it's very disappointing. Society, do better.
I feel like I don't want to say I sit the fence because I definitely lean more towards what you're saying. Like I wouldn't let my kids watch it. I think where I feel like I'm not sure where I land is because I can remember being like 19, 20 years old. And I remember like my parents' generation getting all up in arms about like MTV music awards and things when they would do all this really provocative stuff and thinking to myself, like, you're so old, like it's art, it's with the times,
But
whatever.
they had
So it's a
clothes on.
balance. Well,
They were
wearing
until
clothes.
he
Had
ripped,
clothes.
until Justin ripped
Yeah.
Well,
her
that was a Super Bowl.
That
boob
was the
out.
Super Bowl. That
Oh
was
yeah, that was.
completely different.
But
But
I just like, people have always said for generations and generations, where's the line between like art
look,
versus
we are not
whatever.
living in a real life episode of Naked and Afraid. That is what it was turning into. And if you choose to watch television like that, that is a choice. There are
Well, in
also
fairness,
plenty of disclaimers on it.
I don't even let my kids watch the news. Like if we
Right.
ever want to tune into
Right.
like the 11 o'clock news or ABC nightly
Okay.
with whoever, I make them go upstairs and play. Like we don't really turn it on very much anyway because I don't want to hear it either.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, depending on what the story is, but it's
Right.
just so dark in the way everything's presented. It makes it seem like the world is ending.
But at least they have clothes on.
True.
And
we
that's
go
the
back
thing
to
is
that.
like when I was a kid, it was just, I always loved music. Always. It's always
Yeah.
been a thing. And so it was always so cool to see like, oh, what's my favorite artist going to wear and who's going to win and all those things. And now it's like you can't
Oh.
let even teenagers watch
It always
this
seemed
mess.
like the more
Cassandra.
upper echelon of the award shows, and now it's
Yeah.
like operating
It's
like the
trash.
rest of them.
The thing is, when the people of Walmart dress better than the people at the Grammys.
Yep.
Hashtag facts.
Facts.
Yeah.
And on
With
that
that,
note, mic drop. Carrie.
take us home.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Coffee Meets Cloud. If you liked hanging out with us, please subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. You can follow us on all your socials at Coffee Meets Cloud or check out our website at coffeemeetscloud.com. We're glad you were here. And until next time, keep your coffee strong. I'll see you ladies later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.